Listen, we have breaking news involving Mark Jackson. I mean, things just continue to just spiral downhill for whatever reason. Listen, I'm almost heartbroken to report this news. ESPN is closing in on promoting Doris Burke, to the NBA Finals, hiring Doc Rivers to join the staff and laying off Mark Jackson. So this is completely unbelievable. We all knew it was a situation like this could come. They fired Jeff Van Gundy, his crime partner, and basically who he covers, all the games with for years. And all of a sudden, it's been an influx and a shakeup here at ESPN. This is completely heartbreaking, to say the least. Man, first Golden State, ESPN seemed like he was going to be there forever. I like everything that he was doing, and he has moved ESPN forward, and they are removing him. Lord have mercy. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are just completely distraught at what's going on right now with ESPN. Now they let Mark go. What's going on here, man? Who's to say that these guys coming in is going to be able to deal with? Listen, that was a Hall of Fame situation with Jeff Van Gundy and, Mike Breen and, also Mark Jackson. I mean, that was unbelievable. This is crazy. ESPN has got their eyes set on a completely different situation, and their eyes on making Burke the first woman TV analyst on the NBA Finals and hiring Rivers to join the Hall of Fame play-by-player Mike Green. So this is crazy. Mike Green, New York City. If you're a Knicks fan, you know exactly who this man is. The deals are not finalized, but are quickly moving in that direction. This is crazy what's going on with Mark Jackson. Sources said that plans to put him on the Network B team alongside Mark Jones fell apart in part due to the hope of getting more game reps for J.J. Redick and Richard Jefferson. ESPN is declining to comment on anything. Van Gundy, we all know he was a victim of what just took place. Who knows? We still don't know what's his landing spot, where he will be going. Fox hasn't called. Nothing has been edged in stone. This is unbelievable that they have let Mark Jackson go, y'all. Van Gundy was crucial. We all know that, along with Mark Jackson. Let me know your thoughts on them bringing in Doris Burke. And actually, they already had her, but they're promoting her, to just taking a lead role here, and then bringing in Doc Rivers. We all know Doc Rivers. Before, I believe, what was it, before the Orlando job? It was before a couple of jobs. He was an analyst before. So we all know what's going on with Doc Rivers. That championship is just drying right up, in Boston. That's just crazy how he hasn't done really, he's never been back to the finals. It's really been depressing everywhere he's gone. It's basically like he can't get over the hump. He's a coach that can't get the team over the hump. I guess when you got a motivated Garnett, Pierce, and Allen, and then an emerging Rondo, I mean, it don't take much, so this is crazy that all this is breaking out right now. In 2004, Rivers was an analyst. Now, it was working with ABC, alongside ESPN. So, like I said, Rivers has got a lot of experience. Rivers was fired by the 76ers. If you've been living under a rock, James Harden is on his way out. He wants to leave. We don't know what's going to happen. Daryl Morey got to roll up his sleeves. He got a job to do. And Doc Rivers couldn't get over the hump over there, man. And he still owed money. And they just said, listen, man, we got to cut ties with you, man. It is what it is. ESPN is expected to keep the NBA rights in the next round of billion-dollar deals. With ESPN's contract up in 2 years, it does not hurt to please the NBA. And while breaking up the historic crew of Van Gundy, Jackson, and Breen was eyed, the new confab of Breen, Burke, and Rivers could be good. This is according to all the reports. So basically, ESPN it seems like their contract is coming up with the NBA in 2 years. So basically, they trying to appease the NBA with this. So this is heartbreaking that Mark Jackson takes the axe for this. So Mark Jackson is out at ESPN, and it's going to be a lot of changes. They moving in a whole nother direction up there. in ESPN. You know, Malika Andrews and all that. She's like, they about to turn her to the Michael Jordan of this whole thing right here. You know, so I mean, promotion is a heck of a thing, and ESPN is the worldwide leader in sports. And if they just put the right people on with the microphones, that's just, they feel like that's what they could do. But I'm telling you, people are getting fed up. Stephen A. Smith can only carry but so long. You know, so I don't know what's their plans, but this was an elite broadcast. Now we're gonna hear a different cast. They shaking things up, and I would say that the NBA will be pleased by this, because they never liked Mark Jackson. You know, you know the Golden State Warriors, the issues that happened when he spoke out, and it just, like I said, it's been pretty much downhill with him in the NBA. It's surprising that he still has something going on with ESPN, which was so close to the NBA. You know, so he was still able to keep his name buzzing. You know, believe it or not, Mark Jackson got fired, you know, from the Golden State, and went right back to his normal job that he was doing prior to getting, you know, let go. So that tells you everything you want to know. So this is unbelievable that Mark Jackson is out of ESPN, but it's almost like it is believable. They let go of everybody. They just, I don't know what's going on. Why are they choosing these gentlemen to lead, you know, the talking points? I just think that they must have something big up their sleeve. I'm starting to believe that they bringing in Shannon Sharp, because they letting all these people go. Did they pay Shannon Sharp the bag and they got to let everybody go? Are they going to build ESPN around Shannon Sharp and Stephen A, and then everybody else just fill in the blanks? I mean, is that the plan? Because it seemed like that's going to be the move. With all of this starting to not make sense. What if people don't gravitate to these people? They got to have an ace in the hole, and I believe that's going to be Shannon Sharp. Let me know your thoughts on that if that's the case. But Shannon Sharp is not replacing the telecast. That's just to bolster ESPN amidst all of these changes. But this is definitely dreadful, you know, for all Mark Jackson fans out there that, you know, believe that Mark Jackson should be coaching in the NBA, but find himself on the outs. You know, this is devastating, y'all. You know, there's no way to make this up. There's no way to sugarcoat it. This just is what it is. Mark Jackson tenure with ESPN is over. This is being reported all over the place, everywhere. So he's joining all his crew who got fired. So he won't be lonely. And this is crazy that they going in this direction. It's a new day at ESPN. They want to elevate some of these former players that got, I guess, connections to the normal players. And people was rocking with guys like Mark Jackson. I hope Mark Jackson do an independent thing. You know, good on YouTube, start your own wave, you know, because the people will gravitate towards Mark Jackson. And I'm going to leave it at that. It's Flight Sports TV. Mark Jackson fired from ESPN. Look, man, subscribe, please.